Moorlands Mid-Morning with Glyn Gant.
A real proper, very multi-talented super celebrity star in the studio with me. It's Debbie McAndrew. Good morning.
Good morning, good heavens.
No stranger to Moorlands Radio. You came to visit us a while back, didn't you?
Yeah, right back in the beginning, in the early days, I think I came in.
Now, those of us old enough to remember when you were in Coronation Street, you were Angie Freeman.
I was.
Is it really how they say it is, that it is such a big, happy family when you're on the street?
I think it probably comes in and out, really. I mean, it's so busy that you get your friends within it, and you have people you get on with, people you pass the time of day with, because it's a very demanding schedule.
Buxton Opera House is in for a real treat on Sunday night because the lovely Elkie Brooks will be performing at 7:30pm, and the lady herself is on the phone now. Good morning, Elkie.
Good morning, Glyn.
This is the first time I've spoken to you, and to hear you talking, you've got a lovely, softly spoken voice, and yet when you sing, you belt out this really soulful, amazing voice. It's almost like it's not you, if you know what I mean.
Well, I was taught to project my voice properly by our local cantor at the synagogue in Manchester when I was just going on 17. And really, quite honestly, if I'd have taken his advice, I wouldn't have had so many problems over the years. But most certainly over the last 10 years, I've really started to think about my singing more and projecting it more from the diaphragm. But, it's like anything, Glyn. You've got to keep practicing whatever you do in life. If you don't do it, if you don't use it, it's going to not happen for you, is it?
That's true, yeah.
You'll lose it. So I try and practice as much as I possibly can.
Perhaps you could teach me to sing then, in that case.
Well, it does help if you've got a good, natural singing voice.
No, that's me. That's me gone then.
Everybody thinks they can sing. Yes, we all have voices, but some of us have been gifted more than others. Mr.
Jason Donovan. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning.
Is it easy to do the transition between one theatre to another in a different part of the country? Do you have to?
I think the theatres are not the tough. It's the accommodation that sort of is the tough one, and travelling is the hard thing. I find the show remains the same, theatres have different sound and different audiences bring different atmospheres, but it's the travelling that's the tough thing.
Well, look, I only live down the road. I've got a spare room. You're more than welcome to come and stay at my house.
Oh, Glyn, you're a very, very gentle man. Can you put up with 3 kids and a wife as well?
Oh, no problem. We'll have you all round.
Hello, this is Joe Brandt here, and I just want to say Moorlands Radio is fantastic, and I listen to it all the time, it says here on this piece of paper.
A little part of me was a little bit nervous about meeting you because...
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Because, I know now you're a lovely, nice person, but on the TV you can sort of give this image of hating men, and I didn't know whether to be nervous or excited.
Men, I just hate my husband.
Any particular reason behind that?
No, any reason will do.
I'm Joe Swash, and you're listening to Glyn Gant on Moorlands Radio on 103.7 FM.
So you don't meet the other celebrities until you're actually in the jungle?
Yeah, until you're there.
Was there anybody that you saw that, and then you thought, hello, I really don't know who you are, but hello anyway? Was there anybody that you didn't know?
I have to say, I didn't really know who Georgie was. Mr. Tagaya.
Really?
I didn't really. I'm not. My nan loves Star Trek. I'm not. So when he come in, I just see his big smile and thought, he looks like a lovely man.
Yeah.
So yeah, the person I least recognised was probably the most famous person that went in there. That just says something about me, doesn't it?
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for taking
my
the time
pleasure.
to speak
Lovely
to us
to
today.
meet you.
Thanks a lot.
Take care. You listen to Glyn Gant.
That's going to be even harder for you to say.
Glyn
Gant.
Glyn Gant.
Yeah. If you just tuned in, good morning. You're listening to Moorlands Radio. This is the Saturday Request Show. Now then, we'd like to welcome very special guests onto this show, and today is no exception. You'll never guess who we've got on the phone, Tim.
Who have we got on the phone?
We've only got Kirsten O'Brien on the phone.
Wow!
Good morning, Kirsten.
Good morning. Are you well?
Oh, fantastic. Is this your day off today?
It is actually, yes, yeah.
And you phoned into us?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know, in between doing all my washing and ironing, I thought, oh, I'll have a chat with that lot.
This Saturday morning thing, it's a bit of a doddle for you, isn't it? You're used to being on the TV on a Saturday morning.
Well, I don't like early mornings. I sort of duck and dive them if I can.
Yeah, don't blame me.
Because I'm not a morning person, but whenever I have done it, I mean, I think biscuits is the answer. Just as much sugar as I can, and then I'm just like, woo, we're off.
Hey,
and I
now,
used to
that's a plan.
smile on Sunday mornings. Me and Barney, it would just be like Jaffa cakes, everything we could eat. We were like, right, come on. We feel quite sick by the end of it.
I'm a very excited little bunny this morning. For those of you that have been watching Candy Cabs on the BBC, a fantastic show. I am so pleased to welcome into the studio the star of the show, Lisa Millett. Hello.
Oh, hello. Thanks for having me.
Now, you are really there, aren't you? You're not on the phone. You're really there.
I am actually here. All 5'3" of me. Yeah, I'm here.
You're the first superstar we've ever had in the studio.
Oh, well, I don't believe that. Well, they're missing a trick. More of them need to get down here and support you. Yeah.
We've got a great cup of coffee in, and have you not been offered cake yet?
No cake.
Oh,
no, what's that about?
We'll sort you out with some
Well,
cake.
that won't do. I'm used to cake when I go to places.
Heaven 17. And come live with me. Now then, I am so excited. We have on the telephone top music producer and a founder member of both the Human League and Heaven 17, and following a successful tour in 2010, Heaven 17 are coming to our area, to the Buxton Opera House. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Martin Ware. Good morning, Martin.
Good morning, how are you?
I am so thrilled to be speaking to you. You cannot believe. And
thank you.
Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. So, yourself and, of course, Glenn Gregory, is it fair to say you are the two main men, do you think, of Heaven 17?
Yeah, with the, really, I mean, Ian's kind of semi-retired.
Yeah.
He left the band 5 or 6 years ago now. And so it's myself and Glenn, but we have a whole new band around us now. So, and the magnificent Billy Godfrey, who sings Temptation. And so we've actually been performing as this kind of new version of the unit now for, God, it must be 12 years now.
Hi, I'm Nick Hancock. I'm listening to Glyn Gant on Moorlands Radio.
Do you enjoy the sort of quizmaster come host?
I do quite, because I'm a little bit of a general knowledge, not buff, but I like facts.
Yeah.
So I quite enjoy that, and I'm always very amused by quite how stupid some of the contestants are. There was a great story that somebody told me about on a quiz show, and it wasn't one I was doing, I have to be honest, where this bloke was asked, how many English kings have there been called Henry? And the bloke said, well, I only know Henry VIII. Is it 2? Which is very pleasing.
How do these people get out of bed in the mornings?
Who knows?
Now, I promised you an exciting guest on the phone, didn't I? Didn't I promise you? On the phone right now, I'm delighted to speak and introduce you to Omid Jalili. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Glyn, what a lovely introduction. Thank you.
When you were with Pierce Brosnan, did he ask about me at all?
He did. Actually.
Did he? Good.
He goes, how's Glyn doing?
Hi everyone, it's Johnny Wilkes here, and I'm with
Paddy McGuinness and Glyn Gant
on Moorlands Radio
103.7 FM.
That was a tongue twister.
Nicky Nacky now.
I'm joined here with Paddy McGuinness and Jonathan Wilkes. Hi guys.
How are you, pal? You alright?
You've got a really busy day lined up today, loads of interviews for the show.
Yeah, but it is busy. We were just talking about that and what have you, but we're not tarmacking roads. So it's not that bad, really. We're talking. We're going. Oh, what we're going to have for our dinner?
Okay. So what do you want on your oatcakes? He's into oatcakes.
Have you introduced him to oatcakes?
I love him, mate.
Do they get them in your neck of the woods?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, I thought it was just here.
Staffordshire.
All over.
Well, Liquor Moorlands isn't Staffordshire, is it? Liquor Moorlands?
Oh yeah.
Of course it is.
They do them in supermarkets.
Well, not really. You need your little oatcake shop. It's a secret recipe.
Do you see it? No, come on, it's not.
Tell him.
What did you have on it?
How can it be secret when every shop sells
Because it comes down in family generations. I couldn't tell you how to make an oatcake. I could tell you the ingredients, but I couldn't tell you, like...
Well, you just put them in a bowl, mix them up.
Sorry about
Johnny,
this.
he's more into pasties, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Surely?
When I was last here, he got me one. I tell you what.
Tell him what you like. What's your filling you like? Filling of choice, because
I
it's a big
like
thing.
bacon, cheese, and tin tomato. Not
fresh
classic,
tin
classic.
tomatoes.
Right, yeah.
I like all that. Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
What do you like in your oat cake?
I'm bacon and cheese, man.
With the brown or red sauce?
No sauce.
Oh, wow.
Takes the taste of the bacon away, no sauce.
What?
No.
Interview's over.
Hello everyone, it's Johnny Wilkes here.
Yeah, and I'll do that, and then you can read that then.
No, you read that.
All right, okay then. Yeah.
You read it, because you're better reader than me.
Go on then.
Hi everyone, it's Johnny Wilkes here, and...
Paddy McGuinness, and we're with Glyn Gant. Is it? Tongue twister. Right, go on, do it again.
If you can call it this, your CV is probably the most impressive CV in the music industry I think I've ever seen. Is there anybody that you haven't played with that you would like to play with? Because the list is just endless.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's by chance rather than design. I must say, this is the way things have happened, you know. But no, I've no real desire to play with anybody. But you know, if the phone rings and it's something interesting, I might well do it. But my focus these days, you know, is I have my own band. I've had the same touring band together for almost 10 years, well, good 10 years now, to do my solo tours and albums and such. And keeping that on the road and keeping it all going, keeping everybody fed is my main focus. But as I say, from time to time I get the odd call to say, could you pop down and play a bit of organ on this or something like that, you know. Which is quite good, but
well, I mean, going back from the Squeeze days, Mike and the Mechanics, if you want to class that as rock and roll, whatever you want to class that particular period in your life as, you've gone from one extreme to the other, really, haven't you? With the new album,
yes, indeed,
which is featuring with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and there's some lovely, gorgeous old songs on there. Yeah,
well, it's something I've wanted to do for a while now, and you know. Time's ticking. Time's flying by.
I have to welcome another guest, and it's a gentleman who I'm sure you all know very well. Paul Merton's on the phone. Good morning, Paul.
Hello, good morning, Glyn. I understand it's all been a bit chaotic there this morning.
Can I start, Paul, by asking you, what is your opinion on the current roundabout situation in Leek, in Staffordshire?
Well, as you know, I mean, the world's eyes are turned on this roundabout at the moment. We can only hope that the various conflicting interests that are fighting over this particular roundabout should be able to restore the roundabout to its full roundaboutness, so that people can appreciate it. It used to do a very good job, and I'm convinced it will do again.
I think they're going to dig it up, actually, Paul, to be honest.
Good. Well, they...
I've just been told off on an email here, Paul, that interesting fact that you might like to know, that Leeks Roundabout has been there for 80 years, and before that it was a toilet. I just have to put the record straight there. I've been told off.
Exactly. Well, you know, we mustn't give out misinformation at any time. It must have been pretty tricky to use as a toilet if it was in the middle of a major road junction, but then maybe, I suppose, 80 years ago there weren't so many cars. So.
I've been looking forward to this hour for many weeks now, well, for a good week or more. It gives me great pleasure to welcome to the studio Mr. Pete Conway.
Good morning, Glenn.
Sir.
Good morning. How nice it is here. Hey, I'll tell you something else. You get cake.
A cake?
Cake, you get
biscuits,
cake here. Biscuits,
tea.
everything, coffee. This is a marvellous. I think I might move in as the room.
What? Oh, yeah, plenty.
Good fun.
Why do you think I'm the shape I am?
It's all right.
Sit here and get fed cake all day. It's good fun.
Magic.
Welcome to Moorlands Radio. Welcome to Flipside.
It's nice to be here.
We all know you, obviously, as Robbie's dad.
Yeah, that's about normal these days.
Yeah.
I was Pete Conway for many, many years when he was very young, and that went on for a long time. And then he took off, and I suddenly became reinvented as Robbie's dad. I don't mind, that's great. I am Robbie's dad, so that's
You
fine.
must be probably the proudest parent in the world.
Yeah, people say you must be proud of him. I'll tell you, quite honestly, and we'll talk about it a bit later, because I'm going to play one of Rob's songs today, Better Man. That'll be a little bit later. And yes, I'm proud of him. What I'm really proud more than anything, people think I'll be proud of him for what he's done. I am, of course I am. But that's what you do, that's what he does, and he's very good at it. What I'm proud of the man that he is, to be quite honest. He had the wilderness years when he lost the plot for a little while.
Yeah.
and it could have gone very wrong, and nearly did.
Mm-hmm.
And he came through that. And what I'm proud of with my boy is that he overcame all those hurdles and came out of it the other end and proved them all wrong when people thought he was going to go down the grid, which he didn't. And that's brilliant. I'm very proud of him, of course I am.
I don't want to go on and on about Robbie because today is all about you.
Well, that's right.
We're going to be talking about you. But Robbie getting back with Take That, what a fantastic bit of news that was.
Yeah, it's great. They're good lads, and it's nice to see them all together. They've grown up, of course. In fact, I'll tell you how much they've grown up. I went to the Brit Awards last week.
Yeah.
And I looked at all the young kids on stage, and there's a lot of people that make a lot of noise these days that I don't understand at all. The rapping thing, I haven't quite got into that.
No.
And I watched the goings-on and the people that were on the show, and my lad was the elder statesman there.
Yeah.
There's no Elton Johns anymore. There's no Rod Stewarts and Tom Jones and Cliffs of the music industry. They're all young, very young people.
Very.
And my lad is only 37, and Gary's a bit older than him. And they were the elder statesmen at the Brit Award, which is frightening, you know.
Yeah. Gary's local, isn't he?
Gary lives up the road in Cheshire.
Is it Knutsford? Or,
just beyond there,
yeah. Anyway, let's talk about you.
Go on then.
We've got you to thank, I think, for turning the pop industry on its head and shaking it up and bringing some absolutely brilliant acts and some fantastic tunes into our lives over the years, going back to the days of the Hit Factory.
Yeah.
Some brilliant memories there for you, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. When I left school, when I was 14,
yeah.
My headmaster told me I'd either be Prime Minister or hung for being a murderer. And I was determined I wasn't going to be hung for being a murderer. Not sure I'd ever want to be Prime Minister, but that's what I wanted to do. Music, is my passion since I was a tiny kid. And it was just something that I could do. And I've always seen that, you've got to be successful to employ people. It's no good, sitting in a room and saying how wonderful you are. People are not buying your records. It doesn't work.
Hey, my name's Reginald D. Hunter, and you're listening to Glyn Gant on Moorlands Radio. Peace.
Gant?
Gant.
Yeah.
G-A-N-T.
One of my favorite ball players is named Ron Gant. Yeah,
really?
I got you. Yeah. Atlanta Braves, from 87 to 95.
Oh, I don't know if I'm related.
He's black. But still,
I could be that.
But people are slutty, who knows?
I could be related.
Yeah.
Steve Hawley, I'm so chuffed to say that Steve is on the phone now. Good morning, Steve.
Morning, Glenn. How you doing?
I'm all the better for speaking to you, sir.
You're the old charmer.
Is this your first time at the festival?
No, we played at the first one. I think it was 05.
Right.
I think 05 or 06. We played then. Was it Nantwich, Northwich?
Right.
And we played there then. I love it. We've done a lot of acoustic shows in the last 6 months all around Britain in the theatres.
I don't know if you're able to tell me this, but apparently one of the stages is going to be powered by bicycles. Do you know about that this year?
I know absolutely nothing about this. Is that like 20 or 30
I've no
guys
idea.
from the local gym pedalling away like for fury?
Looking at your sort of greatest hits over the years, I mean, Come Up and See Me, Make Me Smile has been covered. How many times has that been covered by so many different people?
Yeah, I don't know how many, over 100, but...
You obviously created that song. You spent time writing that, you recorded it, you performed it. Do you ever get fed up of hearing that one song over and over again? I don't personally, but do you?
Fed up with hearing it? Are you kidding? It's my pension. No.
A very special guest joining me now. I'd like to introduce you to Susie Perry. Good morning, Susie.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. My pleasure to be here.
Oh, bless you. One thing I wanted to mention, actually, because on Twitter, I thought, I don't use, I'll be honest, I don't use Twitter very often, but I thought, I'll go on.
You've been tweeting, though.
I did tweet, I tweeted you, didn't I?
I saw that.
And what impressed me more than anything was that you tweeted me back, and I looked, and you tweet everybody back.
Well... I don't quite have time to tweet everybody, but I do try and tweet as many people and look at pictures, and if any new ones come up, I try and answer, because I think it's only fair if people are taking the time to send you messages that you try and send messages back. But it can be a bit tricky some days.
Oh, that's lovely that you take the time to do that. I was very, very impressed with that, and thank you for tweeting me back, even though I don't tweet very often.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! You're listening to Glyn Gant on Moorlands Radio. God help us all, and God save the Queen!